Hello, my friends. Welcome to, just checking my lens, the December collective reading. Thanks for your patience. I know it's 12/12, and typically I put them out a little bit earlier, but I don't know about y'all, but life has been lifing, and I'm just glad that we're here. So we have been doing these collective readings over the last almost 6 months, I feel like, and personally, I feel like it brings me a lot of clarity, and it also is really cool to be able to share this wisdom and share this experience with my collective and the people who need to hear my message. So December is another awesome reading, and it's continuing on this idea of, when there's two columns and one is expectation and the other is reality. I've been noticing this theme of kind of that idea. So we have this expectation or belief in what things need to look like around us, but our reality might not always match up to what we were hoping or what we were thinking or things like that. So starting off, what we are being asked to leave behind for this month is really kind of that expectation or that feeling of that mismatch between expectation and reality. So in a weird way, and it's really not even that weird when you think about like the lens of nature, but everything around us, there is abundance and excess and more than enough all around us. As we've talked about a little bit in my readings, there's kind of this different point of view when, society is telling us how much lack is around us. And it really does feel like lack and fear and really yuckiness when we do look around, this global conflict that's happening right in front of our eyes. The way we see, people being killed, trying to just take back their land. So in a way, our reality is our reality. And we do perceive a lot of this not good energy. And it can also be typical for us to look around and say, well, I don't feel abundant. It feels like my world's crashing down for me. It feels like nothing's going right. So there's just this idea that it's like we just need to put on a different pair of glasses. And that's not to take away the immensity of any pain or any bad things that are happening around us, because what's true for us is true, and I think it's important to honor that. However, something that I've been learning is when I focus on the things that are going wrong in my life, I'm not able to hold space for the things that are going right or the things that are working out, or, our attention is focused on how much something's not working when this thing over here just started working. And you know what I mean? Like, if we are just focused on this pile of poop in the corner, we're not going to be able to smell the roses in the other corner because we're so hyper focused there. And some of these might feel like grand metaphors, but I feel like this is just another message that I have shared in past readings of just like, these surroundings that are around you does not determine what is meant for you or what is going to be for you. And for example, anyways, what do I need to step back from? So we have the 9 of Coins reverse and the Awaken card. And for me, that's just saying again, like, awaken to the beauty that is around you. Awaken to the things that are working out around you. Awaken to all of the blessings that are around you, because honestly, when we stay hyper focused on the negative, our bodies take a toll on it. But when we can meditate on, the beauty or the gratitude, it actually helps us get through these more difficult parts with more, more gusto. That's what's coming to mind. But we're being asked to step towards trusting our process, trusting that by going step by step, I'm covering up the words, but step by step, we're going to reach our victory. We're going to receive all of that stuff that we feel like we don't have and we feel like we are missing out on. So stepping towards trusting the process, trusting that each step forward is creating forward momentum for creating all of this magic in our lives. Taking these steps forward, being this courageous step towards our dreams and towards creating the reality that we do want, and really focusing on our energy on that trust and on that reassurance that just by taking these steps and putting yourself out there, you are going to receive. You are going to witness all of this beauty and all of this magic that inevitably surrounds you. A quote from I freaking love this deck, but from the step-by-step card is, look for the magic in each step and your journey will take the right shape. And like, again, it's kind of just this idea of, it's definitely our expectation and our reality are mismatched. At least they appear to be. And it's like, we are being called to really put our faith in our process and in ourselves. And that can be scary and overwhelming, and kind of guiding to the next part of, what do I need to know about moving forwards? We've got limiting beliefs and Seven of Cups. I'm like trying to hold these correctly. There we go. And what I was saying was, we can get caught up in these different choices that we have to make, and caught up in the coulda, shoulda, woulda, caught up in, what if I make the wrong choice? What if I'm going in the wrong direction? What if I'm taking a step towards something that I don't want? And this is kind of where the limiting beliefs part comes in, because if we have these beliefs, so it's the idea that we are feeling, and we can feel overwhelmed by all of these questions and all of these worries about taking the wrong path forward or taking the wrong step. But again, these are limiting beliefs. And we have to remember that very much, if we have this narrative that choices are hard, making a decision is hard, I might take the wrong step, these are going to replay in our brains. And this is how these kind of limiting beliefs turn into what creates our situation. And we just have to be mindful of what we're telling ourselves. What are we telling ourselves about this path forward? You know, because this has come up a lot for me. Like, I spend so much time, or have spent so much time, focusing on being afraid of taking steps forward. And I have to ask myself, like, you know, what if everything is happening the way it's supposed to? What if any choice is the right choice? What if, you know, like, what if all these thoughts and beliefs that are like coming up in my brain through the form of anxiety, like, what if none of them are true? And really kind of playing around with that narrative, because I just think there's a lot that, it's more that meets the eye. Like, there's a lot that we're not aware of, and there's a lot that just because we don't see it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. And either way, so getting down to the Seven of Cups energy is like so many choices, like, which one do I take? And what you're being reminded of is to remember that when you are tuning into your heart and tuning into what is right for you and what feels good for you on a really deep level, those are the right choices. When you are making a decision because you feel like you have to, and you're like doing it really sloppy or really quickly, you know, if you haven't had the forethought to think about this choice or think about what it is you do want to do or to create, whatever's creating this myriad of options for you, really just get clear, because you can't make a wrong choice when you are tuning into your heart. And that's like the freaking scary part. And it really does feel like Alice in Wonderland. I don't know if you remember, but they were sweeping away the path. It's almost like flipped. Our path really doesn't get created until we start taking those steps. And that's why we're stepping towards step by step. The light's a little shiny. But trusting that by choosing our heart and choosing to move from that space is really going to build that trust and that support in ourselves and our process. So this is all in your best interest. We've got 2 of coins, which we love in this house, and future self. So for your best interest, I think that this is going to help you align with the most balanced thing. Again, we don't want to be too much on one end, either making hasty decisions or, not even caring. Like, we learn how to operate just in a form of balance, really honoring that interplay between expectation and reality, really honoring that connection with our future self, our higher self, whichever you like to call it, yourself in 5 years. Like, this is all in service of you really building that trust with yourself, and really building that trust, especially when things get chaotic. You see those waves? When things get chaotic, you trust yourself no matter what to navigate these waters. And yeah, I don't know if you are really into future self. I mean, I imagine that my collective would be, but it's just this relationship with this version of you who's already navigated it, like the version of you in 5 years has already been through and worked through all of these problems that you're having. And so they have that perspective of kind of what's on the other side. So just trusting that this whole journey and this focus this month is really helping you align with yourself and building that trust and faith within yourself and your process. So building for the month ahead, we have the King of Wands and we have the difficulties. So this one was kind of an interesting read because, what should we be building on for the month ahead? So what I took this as really building up this courage and this strength to know and trust in yourself that you fucking got this, that you can navigate through any difficult situation because you've built that trust in yourself, really trusting that, again, like I was saying about these waves, like you can figure it out and you're going to figure it out. But it's really just that trust and that knowing of being able to figure it out and being able to navigate and trusting yourself and trusting that you can move through these processes. So typically I pull a card from Flower of Life. So I'm going to do that really quick. And then we've got one more, the things to keep in mind. So what else? Finding the lessons in the difficulties that these will help you in your journey. And that's been huge for me. So let's see what Flower of Life says today. Ooh, I love these so much. Okay, so we got flow, meditation, and knowing. So let's start with knowing because damn. Okay. Within you reside great treasures, vast reserves of strength, courage, wisdom, compassion, and love. Open your heart and acknowledge your treasures that live within, for this calls forth infinite treasures from out there. You have so much worth. Listen to the whispers from your heart, for maybe it's time to create the life your soul has been nudging you toward. Become aware and sense your body. Connect deeply with your breathing. Imagine you become your own breath as it moves into its own natural rhythm. Allow thoughts to float by in your mind. There is no need to connect to them. Just feel all being as it is. Open your heart and feel into the very being of you. Move through your day and night in the presence of your knowing. Yeah, that's awesome. Move through, I got that crazy light. Move through that knowing that you got this. You are on this magical journey, step by step. Like, you're on your way. Just trust your process. Trust in yourself. Really build that belief. And let's go ahead and do meditation. So we got meditation. Meditation is a creative process. It is not something we do or need to learn. It is simply a connection back to who you are. It is called a practice because it is training you into alignment, to just be, in a space of allowing thoughts and feelings rise and fall without you having any attachment. In this easy, allowing, non-resistant space, you may realize there are aspects of yourself that you need to heal or recognize. Be you, for you are wonderful. That is awesome. Okay, let's go ahead and finish out the reading. So we got energy to embrace as a shield for protection, armor on days we don't feel our best. So we got wisdom and we got 5 of swords reversed. And typically 5s are about conflict. So in the reverse, it's just saying trusting that by recognizing these limiting beliefs and recognizing these thoughts and these kind of things that are creating this internal chaos, again, kind of finding lessons in those. So let me read a quote from the journey, the book for wisdom. So wisdom arises from life experience, and some of it is hard earned, but our journeys provide us with the tailored knowledge we need. Lessons on our journey will be repeated until they are learned, so pay attention when you notice a pattern in your life. They're usually lessons that still need to be integrated. And I like how that kind of went with the healing of, you may realize there are aspects that you need to heal or recognize. Ooh, my ear just started ringing. So again, kind of going specifically because swords are kind of those more mental processes, but trusting that through this chaos and these difficulties, that there are lessons that you are learning about yourself, about the world around you, and really trusting that these are all happening in service of your highest good. And I know sometimes it's challenging to say, oh, well, this is all happening for my best interests. Like, shit feels like it's hitting the fan, and there's so much that's kind of hard to see when we're so immersed in our experience. And we're humans, like, duh. But when we can kind of move through this emotion and move through this pain and this chaos, we can actually come out on the other side, when you kind of cool down after getting really flustered or things like that. There are things that you won't learn until after the fact. But when enough of these things and difficulties and chaos keep happening in your life, you soon begin to say, oh, well, this happened, so blah, blah, blah could happen. This needed to happen so I could finally realize my strength, situations like that. But allowing this wisdom to carry you through these crazy, chaotic moments. And finally, we have flow. Ooh, that's kind of a wintry card. That's a very December card. Flow. To be open means to flow, not to hold yourself rigid in fear and resistance. Your true nature is openness. You don't have to achieve it, for you are already open. It is the mind that is closed, locked into certain belief systems that arise from your conditioned experience. The open heart is open to all experiences, for the wisdom of your heart knows that the center of all experience is love. Damn. If you are searching for serenity, security, prosperity, and to be loved, know it already exists, and all you have to do is feel it and see it. As you do, The old illusions fueled by outdated beliefs and thought patterns will dissolve, and your energy will transcend, moving you towards more of who you are. Feel the flow. I don't know about y'all, but I love when that freaking happens. It's such an incredible reading, but I hope this has been helpful. I'm about to get on the road to go celebrate my best friend's wedding. So again, if this helped you, if you love these collective readings, please leave a comment, subscribe to my channel. I do these every month, and yeah, these are all in order to help us grow stronger and navigate the madness that is around us. So thanks again. I'll see y'all next time. Bye.